Hey, what is up, guys? Pineville Beer Reviews back here again with you today for another one, and this one that I have here today is one that I've been really excited. I'm really excited to do, mostly because this is a brewery that most people know about. Most people have heard of the name. It is a very sort of artisanal, sort of crafty kind of brewery from Delaware that makes some really interesting beers. A lot that I've really always wanted to at some point try if I can ever find it, but I've never had the opportunity. And that is a beer from the what is it? Milton, Delaware brewery, Dogfish Head. Their kind of flagship 60-minute IPA. Yeah, so we have just gotten Dogfish Head here in Mississippi just very recently, this past month or so. Never had a Dogfish Head beer before. Always kind of knew about the brewery, like I said, just through a lot of very interesting kind of, again, artisanal kind of beers that they tend to do. But yeah, never had one before. Was pretty excited when I heard that we were getting some Dogfish Head into our state. Thought I would probably have to go somewhere else if I ever wanted to try it, but fortunately, distribution practices and whatnot for Mississippi, as far as the craft beer scene goes, have, as far as I can tell, I don't know. I don't really keep up with like necessarily news, but just what I can see that comes, what we keep getting as far as different craft breweries and craft beer breweries and everything like that seems to be progressing. So if it continues to do that, then great. Brings in revenue and everything like that, though I believe that it has been getting a little expensive as far as licensing goes and everything like that, brewing practices and everything goes in the state. So we've had a few closures recently with different local breweries. But yeah, that's kind of for another video, I guess. That's kind of getting into brewing kind of politics and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at this IPA here from Dogfish Head. In this goblet, gets about a finger of kind of off-white sort of head there, very sudsy, very soapy looking, kind of dense head, might stick around in the glass as lacing. The color is basically a golden yellow color. It looks kind of orange there in the glass with the kind of deeper, kind of not as much light that I'm seeing, but I'm kind of seeing through this light, this backlight here it's in front of me, kind of more of a golden yellow. So yeah, let's go ahead and go for the aroma on this one. And the aroma is fairly straightforward, just kind of a IPA kind of aroma, white sugar, white bread, maybe a little bit of kind of tropical fruit, a little bit of pine earthiness to it. Not a whole lot of smell coming off of this one, so let's go ahead and just get into the flavor with it. Fairly simplistic flavor with the as far as an IPA kind of flavor profile goes. Very clean, piney, malty, grassy. Really what you would expect as a just sort of I guess primary kind of IPA sort of flavor profile as far as that goes. Nice bit of carbonation in this one. Some bittering there going on towards the back. That's nice. Basically finishes on a long bitter note. But otherwise, that kind of just bright sort of pine cone, sort of coniferous tree kind of earthiness to it there in the front, along with that maltiness there in the middle of the palate. a bit of kind of a white bread sort of sweetness going on throughout. Really just kind of tastes like your standard IPA, really. Really just sort of tastes like your standard IPA. Though I will say that it is well balanced. Everything is in there kind of on the same level as far as all the flavor notes go. Uh, that long finish is still kind of coming through with all the bittering notes and everything from the hops that are in there. I'm not sure if it says which types of hops that they use, though I'm sure it's probably some sort of West Coast hop variety grown on the West Coast. But yeah, tastes like a just a good, well balanced IPA. Honestly, kind of reminds me of a bit of a Sierra Nevada. Just clean, not too musty or anything like that. Some IPAs can get pretty musty. I just actually had earlier this evening a local IPA that was very much like that, very bright, fruity. It was one of those hazy IPA kind of varieties, I believe. It was very fruity, musty, uh, dank kind of flavor to it. This one's much more cleaner, much more refined, I believe. Though not, that's not to say that these kind of more full flavored IPAs can't be refined, but nothing that's too crazy or anything like that. As far as an IPA goes, it's solid. It tastes very basic as an IPA. I know that this is their 60-minute IPA, which I think means that that's about the amount of time that they let the wort kind of steep with the hops, like dry hops maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's basically down to how long they let kind of hop infusion, like hop flavors sort of infuse into the beer as it's brewing. I know they have a 90-minute IPA, like I think 120-minute IPA, that kind of thing. Either way, it doesn't really kind of taste like anything crazy. Dogfish Head, I know, like again, is like a very well-known brewery. Though it's not anything that's kind of blowing my socks off or anything. I'd really kind of give this maybe like an A minus as far as like an IPA goes, just because it tastes kind of what you would think an IPA would taste. Nothing too unique about it though. But very glad at least to get this brewery into Mississippi. I know they have other kind of beers that I would really be interested in trying. I think they're kind of historical inspired beers, like they have the one that's called the Midas Touch, which I believe they brew with kind of like grapes or something like that to kind of go with an authentic kind of medieval kind of ale sort of deal. It's cool to get the brewery into our state finally and be offered some more variety in what we do get as far as craft beer goes. But yeah, A minus for the Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. Pretty easy to spot there with the shark, I guess, on the label there. Anyway, A minus on that. Solid IPA, though it is kind of just your basic kind of IPA as far as flavor goes. But until next time, guys, thank you for watching.